Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Transportation Thursday, and welcome back to Train Sim. That's right, I'm back. I definitely did not die a painful death of a cold. I do not know what anybody is on about. I'm alive. What are we going to be doing? Well, as you can tell by the title, I have picked up the Trent Valley route. A new Train Sim DLC that has Train Sim World DLC that came out just under a week ago, and I've been itching to try it. I've touched this. I've done nothing from this. I've not touched it. I have not even spied on it. I'm basically every reaction you're gonna get out of me for this stream is completely legitimate. So let's do this. We're going to start off with the Trent Valley route introduction, where we are going to be starting in Nuneaton, learning about the WCML Trent Valley route and what can be discovered. And I say Nuneaton, being one of my friends' favourite places to be because he lives and works there. Hello, Joey. We are talking about you. So, without further ado, let's get onto the Trent Valley. Another thing about the Trent Valley is actually that this is one of the locations I am going to be going to on my little holiday away next month. So, that is all going to be very fun. Trent Valley. I hope everyone's doing alright. I hope things are going well. I'm doing better myself. I'm not fully better, but I have got some time off work now, so I'm going to be off for the weekend. I've got plenty of time to, I say plenty of time to relax. I've got the only Panda Jack down south with me for the weekend, so as soon as I'm done with this, I need to get back to planning weekends, because, that's going to be very fun. So, we're gonna hopefully be on the way away soon. Excellent. Dong. Ha! WCML Trent Valley introduction. Let's get into this. Aha!
London North Western Railway service. Welcome to this introduction for the West Coast Main Line, Trent Valley route. This afternoon, you'll be given a brief history of the route, the stock included, and what you can collect. You're here at Nuneaton, a busy station between Rugby and Tamworth, with connections to Birmingham, Crewe, Leamington Spa, London, Manchester, and Stansted Airport, with services being operated by a variety of train companies like Avanti West Coast and London North Western Railway. Your train is approaching the station. Follow the markers over the footbridge to platform 3 and wait for your train to arrive.
Fantastic. So, across the footbridge to platform number 3, welcome to Nuneaton. Oh, screw the footbridge. I'm taking the left. Footbridge. I didn't have to, good. I was... I've already found a bug. I don't think I should have found that. Excellent. Right, platform number 3. We're going to be on board this 807 for Avanti. Avanti West Coast. Welcome to Nuneaton. Which...
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station.
Flower bed?
Left unattended may be removed without warning.
Nuneaton!
Destroyed or damaged by security services.
I do love damaging stock. Well, my train's here. Do I just take it over? I do not have permission to drive this service. Well, what do I do then? Ah! There's a cross-country service over there. Excellent. I feel like I've gone the wrong way and the game's trying to figure out what I'm doing. So, I want to cross some tracks and we're actually going to take the foot... Ah! That's because I've not taken the footbridge properly. There we go. That's because I didn't press E. Of course, I've already broken things. Spuds! My god, jacket spuds! Ah! What's this? And that there is a Hornby box. I don't know what you're on about. Brilliant. So. Sit in any available seat in the front coach. Okay. Well, because I can, I'm going to sit at the table. The next station will be Crewe. Excellent. Well, we're on a train.
The Trent Valley section of the West Coast Main Line runs for 51 miles between Rugby in the south to Stafford in the north, following the River Trent. Opening in 1847 by the London and North Western Railway, LNWR, it provides a more direct link between London and northwest England and Scotland, avoiding the congested lines around Birmingham. Initially opening as a double-track line, demand on the line meant it was upgraded to quadruple-track running in the early 20th century. As part of British Rail's modernisation plan of 1955, the Trent Valley Line was electrified with overhead wires in the 1960s, allowing electric locomotives to operate at 100 miles per hour. Between 2004 and 2008, the Trent Valley Line was upgraded again, this time to bring the section between Nuneaton and Colwich Junction to quadruple tracks, to allow the Class 390 Pendolino trains to operate at their maximum potential.
Okay.
During this time, the line was also re-signalled and Rugby Station was completely remodelled. In Train Sim World 6, the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley route runs for 108 miles between Milton Keynes Central and Crewe, with an intense timetable with express and commuter passenger services and freight.
Nice. Okay. Very interesting.
The route comes with two electric multiple units, the Class 350/4 and Class 807, to perform a mixture of commuter and intercity services on the route. The Class 350/4s began running on the line in 2020 to work commuter services between London and Crewe, and are depicted in the current LNWR livery. The Class 807s began running on the line in 2024 to work intercity services between London, Liverpool and Blackpool. It is depicted in Avanti West Coast livery. Whilst exploring the route, be sure to look out for plenty of collectibles. Dotted
Awesome.
around the route are model Class 807s to represent Avanti's new fleet, and to signify the current infrastructure improvements being undertaken on the
And
Trent
Trent Valley.
line.
Okay.
The narrow boat in a bottle represents all the canals that the Trent Valley line was built adjacent to. These include the Trent and Mersey, Birmingham and
Fazeley, and the
and
Grand Union Canal.
Keep an eye out for baked potatoes. These come from a well-known vendor in the Tamworth area that customers come to taste.
Okay.
The world-famous Milton originated in the town of the same name in the 19th century.
Dotted around are rugby balls.
For you to collect. Lastly, be on the lookout for wheel sets. These represent the famous Wolverton works located near Milton Keynes that attract units for maintenance from all over the UK.
Interesting. Very interesting.
All aboard for the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley route.
Excellent. Fantastic. Well, we're not going to do the training module for the 30504. We're actually going to go and get straight into things by hopping on board with a couple of the scenarios. Now, with the scenarios for this route, you get 7. And you've got, and with those, you have 6 of those, which are driving related. And then you also get one which is a dispatching one, which will most probably be similar to that on the Great Western Line that is Exeter to Plymouth. So what we're going to do is, instead of going and driving the line, because that's the smart thing to do, we're actually going to go down to Rugby and we're going to dispatch their platforms. What could go wrong? The fact that I don't know how to do this to actually do this properly, and I'm probably going to get yelled at in my DMs, but from an actual platform dispatcher about how I'm doing things wrong. You know how it is. I'm often I tend to get everything wrong, so it's fine. So, let's see. Rugby dispatcher. Welcome to Rugby. You're here at Rugby Station to undertake station dispatcher duties around the station. Cool. Okay. Let me move. Your first train to dispatch is arriving at platform 2. Make your way over to the position indicated and wait for the train to arrive. Excellent. I'm on platform 2. There's a box there. I must go touch this box. There you go. 2 boxes of 807s have been found. I need to go and find my position. So this is Rugby, which I believe is a 4 platform station. Correction, 6. Ahaha. We have a TRTS board box. Nice. Excellent. Open the train dispatch EU cabinet. So what does the EU cabinet stand for? Right, so that's done. Press the train ready to start. Train ready to start. Now, the train is TRTS is active. Wait for the trains. Wait for the train's booked departure time before starting the departure procedure. So its departure time is at 14:18, and that's heading to Birmingham International. 1 Yankee 3-5. gonna wait for the guard, I think. Five seconds till departure. Whistles will be blown. Excellent. Train is ready to depart. Make sure the platform is clear and the off indicator is displaying off, which means the signal at the end of this platform isn't displaying danger. Check the platform is clear. Check the platform is clear. Off indicator is off. Dispatch train. Blow the whistle. Doors are closed. Now press the right way button. Excellent. Wait for the train to leave the platform. We're still going to keep an eye on the train and the platform. In case we have to stop the train. The final coach is now off the platform. I see a flying Scotsman over there. Train has now left the platform. Take my key and close the box. Well done, you've dispatched your next train. So, over to platform 4 for our next train. Here are two cabinets located next to each other, each controlling dispatch in either northbound or southbound. The next train it will be for London southbound, so we want to be on 3358. Open that one then, and then insert the key. There we go. So next up is 1 Bravo 43, which is it should be an intercity. Where are you off to? You're off to Euston. You're only a 4 coach and you're off to Euston. Yep. It's an Avanti West Coast service. Platform number 4 for the 1423 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston. Calling it all stops. That I don't know. Because I'm not aware. Wave the driver. Acknowledge his existence. So this is going to be a 7 coach, I think. Or is it a 5 coach? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's a 7 coach unit. Wait for the train's departure time. Beater, 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 beater. Sir, fuck off from my from my key. Go away. I've got like a full minute of wait time here. So this is always fun. I love the fact that the game thinks I'm doing 15 kilometers. I'm not, but thanks, I guess. So we got about 45 seconds. 17 hours. Yes, indeed, Mr. Jackie. 17 hours. I'm here. Welcome back to the platform of rugby. I'm here doing Mr. Kai's job. Don't you worry. 1 Bravo 43. Well, the off indicator is off, so I fear that should come on, right? Check platform is clear. That way is clear. Clear. The off indicator is above my fucking head. Blow the whistle. Mr. Guard, please close your doors. Thank you very much. Right away. Press the RA button. There you go. Back to the platform edge to make sure that the platform remains clear of obstructions. What was that, sir? You have a first-class ticket to football from here. Is it valid on the next service? Let me double-check. No, sir. Unfortunately, it's not valid on the next service out off this platform. You'll want platform number 6 for that one, sir. Luckily enough, that's where we're going next. Welcome to platform 6 and 7. Right, our next service is heading to Northampton. Which is that way. Bugger. Yes, sir. Bugger indeed. The next service will be a London Northwestern service to Northampton, which is the 14:28 London Northwestern service for Northampton, calling at Rugby, which is where we are, Long Buckby, and Northampton. Yes, sir. You'll have to change at Northampton. If I get lost down that end, just talk to a member of staff. Hey, all, wave at the driver. I don't even know which box I'm meant to be using, because it's like wait for the train to arrive. It's here. I see the train. It's there. What box am I meant to use? That one! And then insert the key. Stand by the back door. Observe the platform. This is a very inconvenient place to have a fucking yeah, it's a very inconvenient place to have a train ready to start button. It's all the way back there, and the train stops here. Inconvenient. About 50... It's about 15 seconds until, by British rail standards, they'd be blowing their whistle to shut doors, preparing for departure. However, that apparently doesn't exist in Train Sim. So, ready for the departure. About 15 seconds or so. So I need to make sure I have a first class ticket to be a nuisance. Yeah, so that's welcome on board this service. Hop on quickly now, please. First class is located at the actually located at the very front of this train. But hop on this door. I need to blow the whistle. Where's the fucking off indicators? Where? Where's the What kind of positioning here is to Excuse me, game. Excuse me, Dovetail. This is not a good location to dispatch the train from. Wait for the passengers' doors to close. Hit the button. Right way. Keep an eye on the track. Excellent. Right. I want my key back. Take out the tell us your key. Give me my key. Thank you. Cabinet door. That's it. Head back to the break room for a rest. Really? But you can't use this unless... Yeah, I know. It's rather stupid if you ask me. Also, where the heck is the break room? There's a break room that... Oh, did I... What? Excuse me, game. What? Also, I found a rugby ball. What's this way? Anything this way? No, can't go that way. Rude. No, I don't want to go that way. Anything down this end that I can go and explore? Can I leave the station building? I can, because there's a rugby ball there. Nice ball. Can I leave the building? Oh, I can leave the building. Rugby ball there. Wait. Have they just surrounded rugby with rugby balls? Is this what we're doing now? When in Rome, run out into the car park. There's no collisions with these balls. Excuse me. Excuse me. Why do these balls not have collision? There's a lift on platform 1 you can't access. What? Is it this one?
Doors closing. Footbridge. Doors opening. Lift going down.
Well, there's the 807. That's the 807 model. Excellent. Hi sir, how you doing? It's a random door. Oh, at Tamworth. Okay, okay. Random door. You can slide yourself into the ticket machine. Oh no, into the photo machine. I wish you could be able to like press a button and it will take your picture. That's a missed opportunity. Rugby ball. Basically, what am I doing? I'm just exploring rugby. More rugby balls. We're looking for balls, people. There's one there. Ah, bush. I like being in this bush. All stations on this route, apart from Atherstone and Polesworth. Yeah. As I said at the start of the stream, I am going to be visiting Nuneaton in August, at which point I shall also be meeting up with a Mr. Nunny himself, of which we're going to be memeing. We're not going to keep going that way because I feel like there's nothing else in that direction. So that's why it hurts more when I see. Yeah, Dovetail have a knack for, despite being a game having really good potential, they still don't get it in with things. I mean, oh, there's one of the canal boats, model canal boat, which I will admit that is a very poor quality model for a canal boat. Interesting. Grit salt, excellent. Yeah, fine. Grit salt's always needed. I swear to God, if they've put 40 rugby balls here at rugby, I'm going to be slightly miffed. But the thing is, there's like locations where you can go past the barrier. So it's a case of, are you allowed? Can you like physically get on? Is there like thick collectibles in those locations, or what? We're gonna do some exploring basically. We'll use the lift again. Lift going down. Wouldn't the canal boats have made more sense at the cross city route? I mean, I see where they're going with this, with the whole reference to the whole canals and rivers kind of aspect that they've been going with for this line. But yes, most probably. Telephone box. Here's a question. When's the last time anybody's actually used a telephone box? Second question. That box is smoking even without the potato being there. Spud. Me jacket spud. I feel like that was an oversight. I really do feel like that was an oversight that they probably could have, like, fixed. Rugby ball. Also, what's this middle bit meant to be? Was there, like... were there platforms there originally, or as a platform 9 3/4, there is supposed to be a waiting room that occupies the middle of platforms 2 and 3, and they've missed the door to it out. Excellent, love that. But yeah, what's going on with this middle bit here in rugby? Because very interesting. Like, it feels like there's been a building here, and there was originally lines there that terminated. Bikes. Beater. We are just exploring. I will completely admit, we are just exploring. That's noticeable! Hey, London! That's noticeable! Yeah, I think they may have fudged that bit up. But... Excellent, love that. End the platform, nothing here. Let's move back this way. Nothing to see. Carry on, Squire. Daddy Dovetail did not make it. Did not make that make that mistake. Yeah, a lot of DLCs recently. I mean, there's another 807. Okay, with the okay, right. With these 807 models, what I think they probably should have what they should have probably done was made that a click, so you actually physically clicked that one. Okay, so the Steam on that one doesn't show up before the spud's even in the box. That one's out of order, folks. Sorry, Jack, you're out of luck. That one's out of order. Do. I see a class 37. Also, that's a wheel set. Hey. You're meant to collect these, apparently. A wheel set restored. Class 37. Nice 37 you got there. Or is that a 90 something? Because I know they did the refits. And classified them as completely different. Wait, can I take that over? Can I just, like... Can I steal that train? Am I allowed to steal this train? It is a 37, by the way. I'm allowed to steal the train! Yoink! Hello, I'm here to steal the train. It's not what I'm meant to be doing. Train. And yeah. Don't fucking. Well, they do that, and it's like, but there's nothing. You've not done anything to them. Also, you don't see this. Hang on a minute. You gotta check every nook and cranny for those balls. Why have they put a climb here? What? What? Welcome back to another pointless debate for... That's another baked potato without... oh my god. I feel like I feel like I've been gaslit with this DLC. I mean, again, it's another DLC where they go, oh yeah, by the way, you get the class 350 with this. What's that? What? The 5th? Is it that? Is this now the 5th DLC you get the 350 with? London, you can probably confirm. How many times now are we at with the 350? Oh, the rugby ball. And so we've now also got... I feel slightly... I don't know how to feel, typically. This whole DLC feels slightly off. I don't know why. Because what's the point in this? What is the point of that? Like... You can come down here, but yet you can't go back up there. Yeah, 5 times. 5 times we've got the same train unit. What's the point? Unbranded 730. Yeah, probably should have. So, we've got 5 variations now of the 350, which doesn't need to be. There's however many variations of the 800, because that's valid, because you've got the different versions of the 800. So you've got the 800, the 801, now we've got the 807s. Also, is this actually a staff room? Okay. I've not been playing this DLC for that long, and it just feels off. I can't put my finger to it, but it feels really strange. Because what we've got, but then again, a lot of these DLCs that we've got are just repeated. A lot of these DLCs just have repeated models. You do know it. You do know. I mean, you got 377s, 378s, the 150s, 153s, 170s, HSTs, 800s. It makes me feel like they are just trying to milk the current sets of trains while they can't figure out how to do the others, which is really upsetting, because, well, even here, for example, you've got 3. There are 6 driving scenarios, which, for example, the next one we'll look at is going to be will be the Trent Valley wayfinding, which is Rugby to Stratford or Stafford, whichever. But honestly, it just feels like they're just milking things for the sake of milking things. There's like no need for it, really. We've got enough. You don't need to do that. If people have already got the 350, then they can just have yeah. So that then brings me to the next thing of how many versions of TSW have they done in the last 5 years? Also, why is there an English Riviera poster up here? Again, dispatching didn't need to go into a brand new game. We said this about Train Sim 2026 when they brought out the one scenario for the Riviera line. We said this. It doesn't need it. All of this just seems... Yeah. Slightly upsetting, I will admit. Because don't get me wrong, the game has potential for everything, for a lot of things. There are lots of routes that we like. Yeah, it's just mad. Honestly, just mad. Right, let's take over the 807. Money talks. Yeah, no, I mean, true. That one. Set the reverser to neutral. Reset the AWS. Set the train into forward. That's what I've done. The town where the sport was invented opened in 18... We've already heard this! This was in the... Yeah, because our next stop after this is going to be Nuneaton. It's just... What are we paying for? Because... You didn't need to get the 350 from this. In fact, it's just really, really strange. Also, my doors are already shut, apparently. Put the PPC into the power range. Right, let's get moving. Also, hang on a minute. I'm gonna say, were they moving weirdly? You see, I feel like the game's gaslighting me. It honestly does feel like the game is genuinely gaslighting us. Also, why are they renaming buildings that they don't need to? Because that says access rail on it instead of feckin' network rail. Are they worried they're going to get done in by network rail? When's that stopped developers in the past? On 4 times simulation speed to even... Ugh. I can imagine it is just tedious, but... That's the thing with TSW. You just gotta sit there. Well, I'm hoping... There you go. AWS. It's just going to be a case of, like, suffering through it. Which really doesn't seem fair. In fact, I've also got like 3 miles to do this next bit because apparently we've got to go via Brinklow down slow. Don't get me wrong, I was excited for I was excited for Train Sim World 6 because it brought us the 220 and it brought us more use of the guard mode. However, I've not seen anything more to that. We've not had much come from that. I mean, this bit I'm not too fussed about that, London, because it makes sense that they'd use the slow lines for route familiarization, especially for like proving. Which this this is not an actual like timetable service. This is meant to be a This is meant to be a proving run. It's power handle to off, aka neutral. Let us coast. Got a 75 limit, which means we are gonna have to change from. We're gonna be changing tracks, aren't we? This game is frustrating. Don't get me wrong. Dovetail is frustrating because the game has so much potential. So much. But they just don't seem to do anything. Oh. Yeah, fair enough. Slow down to 75 for the 75 limit. This is Brinklow, where the 4 tracks decrease to 3 due to infrastructure restrictions as we run along the Oxford Canal. The line increases back to 4 tracks at Attleborough Junction near Nuneaton, 7 miles from here. This means that there are 2 tracks in the up direction and 1 track in the down. Okay. Brinklow used to have a station. It opened a couple months after the Trent Valley line on the 1st of December 1847 with a small goods yard. The station closed in 1957 with a goods yard following in 1961. Thank you, Dr. Beeching. The signal box here was closed too in 1964. 37. So yeah, so those closes in 1960 would have been to do with the whole Beeching Act. AKA, thank you, Dr. Beeching. We hate you. I'm just... What I think with dispatcher mode, what I feel like it needs to do is it just needs to be allow you to run it as a timetable. So you pick free roam, you pick the station, and then it also then goes, do you want to do dispatcher mode? It doesn't need. That doesn't need. It's a fresh new game for that. When you get to Tamworth, get out and go up the first set of stairs to the upper platform. Oh God. Do we even stop at Tamworth? I do. Apparently, according to this I have to press the emergency stop. Why? Start braking because I've got a tail up ahead. Plus I go from 125 to 75. Flashing double yellow. Give us a bit more braking. Thing is with that there where I'm landing, I'm not going to see it until after I finish my stream because I don't double check Discord while I'm streaming. It's just to make sure I don't get distracted, because I will just get distracted. Single yellow, which means I'm changing tracks. Cool. Outside of Nuneaton now, aren't we? Yeah, 0.9 of a mile to Nuneaton. My only question is, if they've done AI traffic for any of the roads around here, have they repainted the buses? And if so, what have they repainted them to? Yeah, I'll be on too. Turn the brake off. Keep it on neutral because I don't think I can just coast in at 27. I don't need to do anything more for my braking. I'm just gonna coast. Now I'll start doing some more braking. Bit more braking. Power handle off. Bit more braking. Just utilise the horn because I can see the fact there are more workmen on the track up ahead. Opened in 1847, Nuneaton Station serves the market town of Nuneaton until 1968. Nuneaton had a second station named Nuneaton Abbey Street on the Birmingham, Nuneaton and Leicester line, which is now served by the current Nuneaton service on platforms 6 and 7. Yes. I put the train in the wrong one. So, onwards to Atherstone, which is one end of the 48. I honestly feel like I've been blagged with this one, which is really upsetting. Is this a good DLC? I don't know, because as far as I'm concerned, you can get the 807 by itself, and you can get the 350 and other DLCs. There was no need for us to have another 350. And yeah. It just really... No. Nearly 40 quid. This... I would not say the DLC is worth it. Not for 40 quid. I'm sorry. But... No. Not at all. Would I say 30 quid? I'd probably say 30 quid. Definitely worth it for 30 quid. It's a big old line. It's the longest line that Dovetail has ever put in. That's for certain. It feels rushed. It honestly feels like it's been rushed. I can't put my finger on why it feels rushed. I just realised we're going via. Dovetail, if you're watching this, before you start work on your next DLC, the best solution I can tell you that will make a lot of the current player base happy is address some of the bugs that people are coming across now for TSW6. Fix them. Because if you don't, you're going to cause an uproar. You've got TSW7 coming out. We've got all sorts coming out. But before bringing out another DLC. Oh my god, just for the love that's all that's holy, fix your current issues. Have the stone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Between here and Polesworth, we will undertake an emergency brake test. Press the emergency plunger when instructed to do so. Feck. Also, I see you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Why is that part of the traffic? Ready, steady, and we're about to slam on the emergency brakes. Ready, steady, and prepare to slam on the emergency brakes. Emergency brakes active. Excellent. Reset the emergency plunger. Yep. And away we go. And my next question is that emergency button tester? I don't feel like that should be needed in a scenario. It's just, why was that needed? I just don't. I just don't. It's just, what's going on? This DLC confuses me. And it's really annoying. Give 3 long horns as we go through Polesworth. Being the smallest station on the Trent Valley, Polesworth was opened in 1847 to serve the village of Polesworth. The station is unique that it only has the northbound platform is in use as a result of improvement works on the WCML. That restricted the footbridge being removed. The station is served primarily by one train. Once an hour. off to Tamsworth now. Also, why is it keeping us on the slow line? It's just... I'm disappointed. Because on paper, this route should be good. It should be a premiere to show the fact that Dovetail can do long lines. And it should be a premiere to be like, we can do this. We're going to start doing such and such in the future. Keep an eye on us. But I fear that's just not happened here. Also, was that a road? That is the most... What is that? Again, another woeful design aspect there. Is the road. What is going on? It really gets on my goat when game devs just don't hit the right note.
We are now approaching Tamworth. Please mind the gap and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
It's just more workmen on the track. Give them a horn. Which I bet you a lot of people playing this DLC would miss that, with the whole factor of not many people know the whole rulings behind like sounding your horn when approaching workmen. I don't even know if that's a rule, if that's in the rule books anymore. But I know from what I go by, it kind of is. Right. Welcome to Tamworth. Max brakes. Alright, so you said... Actually, first of all, hit the DRA. DRR. We're just going to abandon the train here for a second. Funky left. Again, yeah, they've put cabinet doors everywhere. Not a lift. Stairwell. Stairwell. Oh, you mean this lift? Lift that's in the right weirdest location. Also, they've not put anything here. Like, Oh, I see what they've done on the outside.
Operate at the station across the railway network. Do not become a victim of crime.
You're on the side for platform 4. I'm on platform 1 though. Whoa! What was that?
Doors closing.
Um. Um. So, question. I don't think this should have been allowed in the game. What the? What? What? I mean, at least you can call the lift back, but what the heck?
Lift going down.
Hello and welcome back to Oversights. I mean, whose idea was that? So this is platform 4. Just gonna trespass on the line just to do this. Like, also, what's the news for why do we need the sign? Or the new sounds? Like, lift out of service.
Doors are open.
Lift is out of service. Yeah, about that. What is that? Oh, for crying out loud. I've never been more concerned about... Hang on a minute. Why? Why were these bugs allowed in the game? Why? It makes no sense. It's like next to stairwell you came down from 3. Next to it is the little... Oh my god. Ugh. Why were they allowed? Why? Why? Dovetail. What the fuck? What the actual? I am vaguely horrified. Horrified? I'm vaguely upset about that. Because it's stuff like that where it's a case of why was this allowed to be in the game? Why was this not picked up on? Why was it not fixed? Like, come on. Oh no, I'm doing 3 miles over the speed limit. Going via HS2's workshop. HS2. Oh, that's everything. I'm not surprised they didn't give us any proper screenshots of Tamworth or Nuneaton. Birmingham interchange, Birmingham Curzon Street. Okay. Next up, Lynchville Trench Valley. Missing OLE, OHLE. Under the bridge. Brilliant. Which probably means they've put it on the inside of the bridge. They've linked it through the bridge. Hi Jack, I am welcome back. I am vaguely concerned and annoyed. Oh, I should have stopped here. Brake. Well, object failure. We're not going to be going that way now. Yeah, fuck Lynchville Trent Valley, I guess.
Welcome aboard this Atlantic West Coast service to Stafford. We'll be calling at Stafford only.
Yeah, fuck Lynchville Trent Valley. Nobody likes it. I'm leaving my train. Never mind, I'm not leaving my train. I'm just... Hello and welcome back to... Shadow is not impressed. So, this map has potential. I don't know. I've never been so vaguely annoyed by a game to the point where it's actually triggering me, and it's really annoying. It's just, honestly, it feels like I've been scammed. I mean, a list of things that could be better. Actual physical new trains instead of just regurgitated content. Yes, 807, good. But you've already given it to us in the form of a single train DLC. So what's the point? Next up, another Class 350. Oh, what was the point? We've got them. We've got 5 editions of it already. It's not needed. Yeah. No. There is I can imagine that there is a lot of discrepancies. And it's more the fact of Dovetail has Dovetail's no, with Train Sim Classic. Dovetail was good with making sure everything was good. But I'm just not seeing it with I'm not seeing it with GSW6. I don't think. I mean, one thing that I wish there was more of for Train Sim World was more steam. We've got a lot. We've got a lot of diesel multiples. We've got lots of electric multiples. The only steam routes we've got is the names escape me, but the only ones we've got aren't good enough. We need more. It was joined by the Chase line in 1870, acting as an interchange between passengers from London and Walsall. Electrified in 2019, and electric operate from Birmingham. But at the same time, they're focusing on Train Sim World 7. If they're focusing way too much on Train Sim World 7, why are they bringing out more DLCs for 6? Leave them as, I don't know, teasers for Train Sim World 7. Give us more of a reason to get GSW 7 for a lot more money. It boggles me on just the audacity Dovetail has at the moment with just regurgitated content. For example, you didn't really have this kind of an issue, for example, with lower games like, for example, OMSI. If we didn't have a vehicle for a route, that's that. You'd either locate the vehicle for the route for the AI list, or you'd multiplayer, that would be amazing with Train Sim World 6 or 7. You could have someone on guard and then somebody on driving. That would I would honestly love a multiplayer mode for Train Sim World. I think that would be rather interesting. Because it wasn't even just TSW they've had issues with bugs. Because it was the same with the Thomas stuff. That DLC. That DLC was a flop. It's just a lot of issues in the last year and a bit. More workers on the line. I mean, there is so many good options that they've already done on Train Sim Classic that I'm there going, what about for Train Sim 1 to 4? I mean, you've the Southwestern Main Line. You can do Southampton to Bournemouth. Utilise the 444, the 450, 220. There is just so much that the game devs just Portsmouth Direct, that would be a stunning route to do on TSW with TSW's graphics. Honestly, that would be a route I would not be like upset about paying top dollar for. I mean, with PDL you'd be able to have, in terms of the timetable, 444, 450, 377, 166. What else? 455, 70 whatever. It's like, what is going on? And yes, I feel like we need more Steam lines. We need more Steam stuff, like a Riviera, for example, Riviera line in the 50s. I would not mind that for as an extra DLC or an update to the current Riviera line that we've got. If they bring in a 1950s variation with new Steam engines, I would pay 20 quid, 20, 30 quid for that. What else? Backdated Midland Mainline utilising the 319 and now the redundant Moorgate, so you have a mix of underground and mainline running. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah! Oh, I wouldn't mind seeing more heritage lines. I mean, West Somerset is a good line to have because it's the biggest line in the UK in terms of standard gauge. But what about doing what? North Yorkshire Moors, Severn Valley, Swanage, Watercress, Bluebell. You know, some of the more famous, some of the other famous lines that are out there. It's just like, what are you doing? I just have some major frustrations with this game. So someone's doing SVR as okay. So yeah, absolutely. But it's like it's taken the community to rise up and go, we want this line for it to become a thing. And even then, you're gonna have to utilize the Jubilee, the 8F, the 4F as the only or Scotsman as the only steam engines that we've got. Yeah. Exactly. It just feels like with the current state of how the UK's trains are going, that Dovetail is just trying to milk the units it already has in the game and just milk the fuck out of them. Marleybone. Yeah. Yeah. Anything would be good at this point. Anything better would be good. Oh, that's a light.
We are now approaching Stafford. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Apart from the fact that we can't get on the platform yet, love, because that's a yellow signal. Gosh. Yeah, pretty much. God. Repractice. Yes. I just want to like. I would want to be on their staff team and slap whichever developers come up with. Oh yeah, I know what we'll do. We'll bring out another variation of such and such, and we'll use the 350 or the. I would honestly just turn around and go, bitch slap the fuck out of that man. And go, oi, what the fuck are you doing? I will fire your ass if you make another one of those ones. It's a bit like Homsey in a way with all of the bus DLCs. Did you notice that a majority of them were brand names we already had loads of vehicles for in the beginning, and it took the modding community the time and standards to just go through and make, for example, the UK stuff. Ugh. Yeah. Probably, Jack. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. If it did. Just found the fact that I can escape. There's nothing in this area, but it's another area you could just escape to. I found White Van Man's heaven. And I have just run away from the train. I don't think there's anything over here for me to go and find. But... like... this seems like an oversight. The fact that I can run this far. What is this, running simulator? I don't get why. I'm just gonna walk along the line. When in doubt, trespass. Just so you know, folks of the internet, I do not condone trespassing, and you should never do it because the railway is a very dangerous place. Don't do what I do on this game. Don't even do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. So you are meant to go this way? What? What was the point in that? This game makes no sense. I kid you not. Oh my god. The fact that you're allowed to go that way because you have to go find that one wheel set amazes me. That's funny. Thank you. I'm going to run away from my train. Also, why? Why did that window need to exist? Like, what's the point? And on that annoying bombshell, it's time to end. I'm gonna go take something. I need to do something that'll make me happier. Because I'm just... I'll catch you next time, folks. I'm gonna go have an aneurysm and go complain at London for making me buy this. You owe me money now, sir. I've just thought this up now. You owe me my money back. Come on, pay up. This is what you get. This. Yeah. You owe me at least half of what I paid for this DLC. Till next time, folks. Have a nice one. See you later. Ta-ra!